personalizing your digital experiences to better reach and understand and ultimately do business with your customers. It's not really rocket science, but it takes some new things to think about. Let's talk about it. So remember that your marketing identity is kind of the bedrock, the foundation for everything you're going to do in marketing. It's a not very simple process to get to a very simple understanding of what is your unique story, what do you do that's new and different, and who cares? Who is your audience? Who specifically is interested in the pains that you relieve? So what problems are they having? What problems are they trying to better understand? Or what solutions are they looking for? Once you understand those things, then you can build a value proposition that really meets those people exactly where they are. But every audience is going to have different components to it. Some people are coming in at different times of their buying journey. Some people are coming in with different needs. For instance, I might be joining a gym as a luxury because I want to get better at something, or maybe I want to just get more fit or lose a few pounds. Or I might be joining a gym out of distress because my doctor told me I have to lose a few pounds. I have to get more in shape. Who your customers are and what's motivating them is critical for you to understand so that you can better connect with them. So let's look at 3 kind of basic ways that you can think about personalization for your customers. First is we want to understand their functional role. This is really, who are they? Why are they showing up? So this could be a job title thing. This could be a role inside an organization. For instance, in a lot of my marketing, I'm looking at, are you a marketing pro, a sales pro, or an executive? I might ask, are you a small business? Are you a large organization? Or are you an enterprise? I might ask, are you a nonprofit or are you a for-profit? I might ask, in the case of the gym, are you new to fitness or are you experienced with fitness? It gives me the most sort of baseline understanding of your functional role. The time to ask this might be in that first form where you are inviting people to subscribe to your list. So we know that if we ask too many questions, it turns people off and they just won't engage. But if we can add that one other question in a way that also helps them to understand the benefit you might be giving them, I think that that's okay. So you might just say, what's your first name and your email address, or even just what's your email address, and then are you new to fitness or are you experienced with fitness? Or are you in a small business or are you in a large organization? Are you a marketing pro, a sales pro, or an executive? Whatever it is for you. Keep the options kind of limited. You don't want to overwhelm people, but it helps us get a sense of who we're talking to. The second component that we want to investigate is motivation. Why are they here? So in the case of the gym, we might say, are you training for your first 5K? Are you trying to finish a marathon? Or do you just want to have general wellness? General fitness. This helps us understand if you're just coming off the couch training for your first 5K, you have different needs and different interests than somebody who's really thinking about maybe finishing their first marathon versus somebody who doesn't care about running at all. So we want to think about what's motivating our audience. There's a few ways we can tap into this. One is we can ask it in another form. I wouldn't put an additional question in that initial subscriber form, but maybe as a content upgrade or one of the ways that you're continuing to nurture relationships. Hey, download this extra thing, or I've got this gift for you, existing customer, existing subscriber. Ask them that additional question. A second thing we can do is look at some intelligence from what people are investigating or how they are engaging with our content. So if I have a blog post about running your first 5K, or what to wear in the winter as you run, then inside my automation platform, I might tag those people or otherwise record that they clicked this link or they read this article or they visited this page versus those that are reading the page about how to finish your fastest marathon. Again, it's a different group, so different motivations. So inside of your organization, what different kinds of content can you create so that you are talking to different people in your audience who have different needs and different motivations? And then the third component is emotional need. What are they frustrated with? What are they overwhelmed by? What are they struggling with? What are they excited about? What are they looking forward to? So here you kind of got to read between the lines. You've got to send out the right kind of messaging, the right kind of emails, and create the right kind of content so that you can start to get a feel for how people are engaging. So people who are reading blog posts about medical advantages of running, they might be in a different emotional state than people who are reading about the hottest accessories for the next season of running. You're talking to two different people. So when I start to put it all together, I might have Tony Stark, who's coming from, maybe his functional role is he's new to fitness. Maybe his motivation is he wants to finish his first 5K. And I see that he's not engaging with a lot of content where we're talking about the health benefits of running, but he is engaging in a lot of content about the top 5 running shoes. I can maybe make some inferences then as I continue to give him great emails and great content and watch his behaviors and start to make sure that I'm reflecting and tracking that stuff back in my automation. And maybe this is a person who is eager to get started with fitness and might be somebody that I can start to nurture into not just training for a 5K, but maybe a 10K or maybe a half marathon. See, I can start to create a long-term relationship with this person. Versus maybe I have a different customer who's coming in and maybe they're in the same place, they're new to fitness, they're interested in a 5K or maybe just day-to-day fitness, and they're not at all interested in the best shoes for that or the best running jacket for this, but they're very interested in health benefits and they're very interested in doctor's tips. They're very interested in stretching tips. They're very interested in how to stay healthier longer. Now I've got a different component. So maybe I'm going to talk to them more about supplements or maybe more about nutrition, because that's where their interests lie. When I can start to get specific about these things and reflect it back to my customers, then I can start to give the right content to those customers who are interested in one thing so that I'm nurturing them on their path, on their specific buying journey, versus another customer who's interested in different things, a different dynamic of what I offer, and I'm going to nurture them independently and individually as well. When I have that level of attention and personalization, remember that's a shortcut to delight. And when we can delight people and delight customers, it's much more likely that we're going to do business with them or keep doing business with them. So digitally, we want to find ways that we can continue to nurture these relationships in the same way that you would if you were in a meeting or a conversation. You'd investigate, you'd ask some questions, and then on the fly, you'd start to craft a message about what you do that can directly connect to what you're understanding about this person. We want to do the same thing digitally, and we can do that if we take some steps in personalization through our digital workflows. That's my download on it. I will see you next time.